So I didn't want to look broken. And now I'm like, I am all broken. I have been broken since I was 6 months old. Like, I have layers of brokenness. I'm proud of it. And I hope others can be proud of their brokenness.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Humanity 2.0 podcast. Today, we have Shannon Michelle as our guest, a woman with 2 first names who's taking the world by storm with her story. And no, it's not fiction. It's totally real. And she is totally awesome. Shannon Michelle, welcome to Humanity 2.0. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. That's beautiful words coming out of your mouth. Sharing about me and my story. So thank you. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I don't want to steal your thunder because you have such amazing words to share today. But just based off of reading about you, I was just blown away. And I thought, like, man, I have to meet her. I have to hear her story and share it with everyone because I just feel like there's something for everyone in what you're going to share today. No pressure.
Yeah, no, share away. And trust me, that nothing ever feels like pressure anymore after everything I've been through.
That is true. And so we're going to kick it off with what I call 8 degrees of humanity, just a fancy way of saying 8 questions. So that being said, are you ready for these 8 degrees of humanity?
I am.
When you hear the word humanity, what's the first image or story that comes to mind for you?
For me, humanity is kind of encompassing the world with hugs and kindness and whatever way that you can to do that and to find how you can be a part of whatever speaks to you within your community, this conversation, all of it. That's what came to me when you asked that. Yeah.
And do you have a particular memory from your life that comes up where maybe you displayed this kindness or someone did that for you?
Oh, yes, both. Post my motorcycle accident, I was, let's say, shattered in all kinds of ways. And I had to be cared for like a child, like I had been, again, in a way, rebirthed because everything was broken. My brain was broken. My body was broken. Heart had been broken. And I had to find a way to receive in a kinder way because I was a big giver my whole life. And for people to do caretaking for me, that felt like I'll have none of that. But I didn't have a choice. I had to be surrounded by the beautiful friends and family to care for me for a period of time. And I had to learn how to accept, I would say, where my previous life, I wasn't good at accepting help. I was really good at doing it and being it, but not accepting it. And it taught me how to accept kindness, how to accept caring in a way that was fulfilling, not taking. And I feel like previously I felt like if I had too much weight on me, that would be too much for others. And that was a big lesson I learned, that we're all here together, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine that shift in your mindset going from being independent to then having to receive help, especially not wanting help ordinarily. That is pretty interesting. So then how did you even begin to let people in and accept their help and not feel as though it's bad?
It was difficult. It was overwhelming emotionally. It was each day I had to embrace what the day had for me. And I had to embrace the help I needed in each day. And I think it taught me about staying present and not trying to rebuild what I had and not build what I'm going to get, but just be here and now and stay present. And that's where I would need to land each day, each morning, each moment, to find my way back and to find my way out, I would say, of the obvious, not even obvious, but a lot of physical pain, a lot of surgeries, a lot of messiness, you know. And each day I would wake up and I would focus on looking out my window, the birds in the bird feeder, like, or whatever it was like, look out the window. That would bring me joy. That's all I could do. Okay. Next, I would really like to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Like, okay, that's my next goal. And each each moment of each minute of each day was staying present so that I didn't get depressed or overwhelmed by everything that had happened to me. And so I'd say for anybody, we all have stuff that feels weighty and heavy, and why me, or whatever words you want to put around it. But stay present. Just wake up in each or be in each moment, like the moment we're in right now, and enjoy that moment for what it has for you. Not for the give and take, but just for being present. That is, to me, empowering for people, or to learn how to do it. Yeah.
Being present can have so many benefits. And I feel like you just gave us a really good tool right there. Despite what's going on, we can be present and receive so much from that. And there's a lot of thanks that we could give for when we're present in the moment. And thank you so much.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, no, I don't even know. I'm enjoying this conversation. That's it.
Me too. Oh man, the energy is just flowing. The humanity is humanizing. I'm loving it. I knew we were going to get along great. We all have moments when people remind us of our shared humanness. Do you recall another human that surprised you by their empathy or their compassion, and it just changed how you look at humanity?
I 100%. Yes. The first thing that popped in for me is my daughter, Grace. And we had to shift positions of getting comfortable with her mothering me. And she, at the point of my accident, she was 19, turning 20 in college. And I was always, there, caretaker, fixing, doing. And all of a sudden it shifted to her having to do that. And we never believe that, again, life can change us in that way, but learning how to accept my daughter's help and learning that she had the strength to give me the help, that was something that both of us needed to learn, because we had to shift positions in a way. And sometimes you're in a relationship, a friendship, a family, whatever, and there's a shift that happens and you have to learn how to accept the shift. And that was one of the biggest ones that happened for me. Was accepting, her strength and her guidance through my pain and trauma. And we're still working on it. It's not like that, it's adjusted, but it's like this shift helped both of us grow almost bigger and stronger for each other, but also for the world. Like, she found her strength within having to deal with my trauma. She found, I've got this. I can handle this. Oh, this is difficult, but I've got it. And I feel like that was a gain for her. And the gain for me was allowing her to do it and learning how to accept that. I mean, everything. Because, I with my accident, my brain trauma, I woke up completely deleted. Like, my brain, I call it Shannon Michelle 1.0 and Shannon Michelle 2.0 now. Famous interior designer, like huge blah, 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 mother, blah, blah, blah. And then I woke and I was having to relearn everything. I had to learn how to read again, how to walk again, how to write again. And I had to find a way to find kindness to myself, because when I would wake up and I couldn't do something, I would get frustrated. And then I'd be like, how can I fix this? And that was the old me. And I had to get to a place where it's like, no, Shannon, you don't have to fix it. Just be present, find your way. Each day, each step, find your way. And that is how I'm sitting here today with you, talking to you and sharing, like, how do we get out of trauma? How do we get out of chaos? Sometimes it feels awkward and not a part of us, but it is teaching us. We're growing from the pain, growing from the sorrow. We're learning and building a better us from all of it. At least that's what I had to find. I had to re-find myself, and I had to find the new me, because it wasn't the old me.
I think you've had enough growth and rebuilding for like 10 people.
It's been huge. It's been almost like when I look back and I speak about it, I think, oh my gosh, I don't want anybody to have gone through it, but I wouldn't change a day, because everything that I've learned from it all and the openness that it created that I needed to be a more open, vulnerable person. I needed to be literally broken to be opened. And that's how I understand what I've been guided through and how I can help others. Like, okay, how can I help you? Like, I've been through it all. Ask me anything. And comfortable with helping others and being in a place where I can, that was a goal. How can I be a person that can open these arms and surrender, but also hug the world in whatever format it comes, So yeah, that's me.
I'm curious about that time where your daughter was taking care of you. Did it change how you viewed her? Did it change how she viewed the world? And what did she do after that? Did she take on adjacent work where she took care of others?
Well, that's a great question because it was difficult, but yes. And she just recently graduated from college as a fire science major. She had always wanted to go into the firefighting world. She is now an EMT and is in the next steps of her life of how she can help and care for others. And now it's even looking different to her because she obviously knows she has the capacity to, and how best to do the next steps of helping others as well, but in a more physical way. I think now I'm in a more mental way, and she's in a more she's a bit of a badass, She's got a different type of strength that I could never imagine. A lot of people couldn't, but she's got it. And she's gained even more because of my accident and because of doing the caretaking and teaching me things. And also not being led is huge because we as parents want to lead our children to the best kind of life they can have. And now she's learned as a young adult, taking next steps on her own without so much guidance is, at least from her mother. She gets guidance still from all kinds of places, and she still gets it from me, but sometimes she doesn't want to listen to it from me now. It's honest.
Right. I mean, that's what children do, and you're like, okay, fine, do it your way. Just,
yeah.
Then they come back later on, you were so right. And you just,
yeah. It's teaching them to guide themselves, right? We're teaching them how to be beautiful humans, But we have to let go sometimes. And I wasn't good at letting go. I wanted to monitor and track everything and guide her the right way because I didn't come from that. And I thought if I do that, then she will end up great. That's my original thought about how to parent. And now I know letting go and letting them be them is a part of them growing up. And when they need guidance, they ask,
Yeah. I feel like, and I'm sure the audience will agree here, that the badassery is hereditary.
Yeah, it is.
She got it from you.
Yeah, she did. She got it from me and her father. Her father's a badass too, and she got a yin yang of it. She benefits from both sides, definitely.
Yeah,
and the strength.
I feel like parents of older kids, and by older, in their 20s and so forth, they're still watching. The kids are still watching. And then it becomes even more apparent that what you do, they're going to watch and emulate your empathy, your caring for others, and just everything that we do. They're watching even more so. And I hope that with my son, that he is the best version of himself, but he also has compassion for everyone. And he does, which is amazing to watch and amazing to see him develop his own values and his own, path. But yeah, it feels like when they're adults, they're watching even more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They say that hardship teaches empathy and that once you've been broken, you see the world completely differently. Has your journey changed how you see people, especially people that are struggling or maybe are misunderstood about things that they're dealing with?
Absolutely. There is an equalness to me about everybody now, and that we go, at least I used to go through my life comparing things. And that's what I did for a living. How does this look? What angle? And that is the person who got rebirthed out of the accident. And so I have learned that not that I've learned, I just can't. I don't do any self-comparison anymore. I open my eyes, I put a smile on my face. Sometimes it's not a smile, sometimes it is. And I I know that all of us have a combo of sorrow and joy, and it's not always an easy day. And don't assume you understand anything about another human being, because they're the ones in their heart, just like you're in your heart. We have to have compassion and kindness for ourselves first and foremost. And then to me, that just allows more to give. Like the more that I'm kind to myself, the more I have to give. And that is, it's like a tool again, like self-care, bigger heart, more to give. So however somebody can be kind to themselves gives more for them to give to others, and there being a balance to understand the more beautiful and messy we look. It's just reality. It's real. It's human. It's our journey.
Society often judges what they don't understand. When you look at how we treat people that have altering or lifelong injuries, what do you wish that the world understood better, or how could they approach or be there for folks that have, injuries that last a lifetime?
That's a great question. My hope, I think, is that people connect with the concept that we're all equal and that we are in a sense all one. So I'll take, again, me, for instance, me with my eye patch. Obviously, some people look at me and smile, and some people look at me and kind of stare and try to figure it out. Some people ask, some people don't. But if somebody can come from a place of, if you're in question, ask. If you're in need, help. Like just learning to take in what you're viewing, experiencing, and how can you be kind to that? How can you be a part of that? Because that's all, again, we're here to do is help each other grow and evolve and, stare at me. I don't care. Like, yeah, it's interesting. I made it cute because I wanted to look cute when I looked at myself in the mirror. Like I wanted to like what I see. And that is that person, that designer in me. It's like, this is like my new pair of shoes.
Yeah, I love it. It's adorable.
Thank you.
It's like you took this new part of your life and you embraced it with your 1.0 self, but created this hybrid you. So it's wonderful. That's good. Do you do that with everything? Like anything that happens to you, you apply your awesome self?
I think so. I mean, I think I just, in general, I find that staying present again and being kind to myself, like if I can do everything from that, that helps me maneuver through almost anything, any moment. Even, I'll give you an example. Like I had an argument with my daughter yesterday and it was like this and that and this and that. And then I was like, okay. And I have to remember to pause and stay present and try to stop demanding as a mom for her to be a certain way. And that was my moment of like, the reflection, I guess, is the best way to put it. You have to see the reflection of yourself and your actions. And that when something happens, make sure you see yourself in that. Make sure you don't try to disconnect from it because you're a part of it. And if you have an issue with something or somebody, know that you're a part of that issue or problem. And it's not an issue or problem; those are not the right words, but that feeling comes from something. And what I have found, at least personally, is like if I get angry or if I get upset, I have to kind of, again, do the mirror of what is it in me that I'm upset about this? Why am I upset? This is me. That's you. Why am I taking on your opinion? Why am I taking that to heart? Remember to care for my heart first. Don't take everything personally. Don't take the ins and outs of life personally. Just, again, do your self-care and see how that feels a little bit more. I'm still working on it.
You have this really great skill at being present, but then also being able to really look at a situation for more than what it is and then help other folks to understand. Do you have a phrase or a funny story that you tell people to lift up their spirits?
Ooh.
Or maybe one you were told, either way.
I think maybe that what comes to me when you say one that I was told, yes. And it is in sequence again with my really most difficult physical and mental pain days. I was told, Shannon, quit looking at what happened and don't look at what's going to happen. Just be right here. What do you want right now? Do you want a cup of tea? You want to go take a nap? Like, just stay present. And I think that is the thing that each and every day I still try to do. And sometimes because I have to, because my short-term memory limitations, but more so that I'm not, because I definitely have expanded my ability to remember things. Because before I didn't even know if I had asked a question or said something, and I could ask it 300 times in one day. Like, it was from what I was told. Again, I don't remember any of this, but it's that lesson to me that was said to me about staying present and don't look at the past and don't look at the future. Just stay right here is, again, the most empowering thing that I can think of when you ask me that question. Like,
yeah. Do you still have short-term memory issues, like significantly, or is it like, yeah?
It's getting better, but the answer is yes. It's still a struggle in the way that if I don't do certain things by taking a picture, writing it down multiple times and experiencing it multiple times, it can fade away. And if I do things in a certain way, like this conversation, I will remember. I will remember this beautiful screen. I will remember some of what we talked about, but honestly, I won't recall most of it. I know that some of it will, let's just say in percentages, probably 20% of it will stick with me. And until I can go back and rewatch it a few times, then I'll be like, oh yeah. And it will, again, it's creating those links of these memories have to stay. I want them to stay. And how can I help them stay? So yeah, the short-term memory, it's not what happened yesterday, but if you ask me what happened last week, other than things on repeat, I will have to go and look. And I do take a lot of pictures, which I think is of value. At least it has been for me. I take pictures of things all day long to remember my life. And then I go back and I look at, oh yeah, I saw Christina. Oh yeah. And then it's like, I keep looking at those pictures and then it recreates the links. And then that helps the short-term memory limitations. It's kind of like, oh, your age is part of that. I'm like, yeah, a little bit, but really big picture. I didn't have any of these issues previous to my brain trauma. So I know I was capable of running my company without having to write things down 24/7. Everything was in here because visually I could remember everything. And so I think I'm reteaching myself in a way that I know works for me. Like pictures work for me, writing works for somebody else. It's whatever works for you as a helpful tidbit to remember things.
Yeah. Having done, you said interior design, right? That's what you did before?
Interior design. I had my own company for 25 years. And I was very successful and I did it really well. And so there was a naturalness for me about visuals that just was simple and easy, balanced. Still, again, at the core of me, I understand it, but it was definitely Shannon Michelle 1.0.
It just makes perfect sense that visual aids would be the best for you. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
If you could share a message with humanity, any message at all, what would that be?
Be kind to yourself, because kindness is spread. And, the kinder you are to yourself, the kinder you are to the world. And that is a way that you can stay connected, but in a soft and beautiful way. So be kind to yourself. That's what comes to me, because that helps the world. It helps everybody. And
when you say be kind to yourself, in what ways can people be kind to themselves?
So for me, what I do is I focus on taking care of my heart, taking care of my mind and taking care of my body. And I like physically, my heart, my mind, and my body. And I have to remember to take care of all of those things. And that is, again, how I have more to give. So, yeah.
When you say heart, are you meaning like physically or emotionally?
I think it's both. I think we're everything. But mostly when I do this, it's my heart, the senses and the feelings and the spirit and the guides of the world, the universe. Like if you listen through your heart, not through what's being spoken, but what's being spoken through you and to you, it's very empowering. Your heart can tell you everything. And if you're in question about something, this is something else I do that I sometimes forget with my heart. When I'm in question about anything, I'll give you a version when I had to learn or wanted to learn to drive again. And I was like, okay, I think I can do that. And I would go yes or no or maybe. And I would get okay, maybe. Okay, so maybe is not for now. So yes is yes and no is no. And maybe is ask again later, or you will know later. And so giving yourself that freedom that when you question anything, you just kind of sit in your present moment and you take a deep breath and you, can I? Yes, no, or maybe. And allow the simple answer to come. Because it will. And be okay with the maybes, because the maybes get a little confusing. But just know that if you get a maybe, that means not for now. You'll have an answer, but not for now. So just go yes, no. Yes is yes, no is no. Maybe is not an answer at this point. And that is okay too. That answer is just as perfect as a yes or no. And giving yourself room to take the maybes a little softer is good for us. It's good for our heart. It's good for our mind. And it's definitely good for our bodies.
I like that so much. I'm writing that down and I'm going to use that. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. It was a big one and it still is. Yeah. In my life, and it always will be. But I try to remember it. But me saying that to you, I'm like, oh yeah, remember that, Shannon. Remember to do that more often.
Did you learn that from somewhere? Did you read it? Did you come up with it?
I came up with it for myself. I mean, I think it's so classic, but yes, no, maybe it's answers to questions, But I know that for me, when I was going through different transitions in my recovery, that I would just not get upset that I couldn't remember or that I didn't know at this stage of my recovery. And I'd be like, yes or no. And I would just sit there and be yes or maybe. Okay, there's your answer, Shannon. That's your answer for this moment. You can also ask yourself, 3 minutes or 3 hours or 3 days from now, the same exact question until you feel like you've come to a place where you can let it go, release it. Because once you have the answer, there is this energy about not trying to hold on to it. I'm not going to keep questioning myself. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to quit asking if there is anything I don't know. I know now. Yes, no, or maybe. Okay, that's my answer. And get comfortable with your answer coming through your heart, not through somebody else's heart, through your personal heart.
It's simple yet powerful.
Yeah. And I think, again, that's what I had. That's what this broken brain had to do. It had to get comfortable with the simplicity of life being the best life, and that is, again, it's not easy because we're not necessarily taught that when we're being raised or when we're experiencing life. But the simpler way to step down a road is always the best. What's the simple way that I can understand how I feel about something right now? So we could ask you a question. Let's ask you a question. What's something that you're unsure of at this moment, and allow yourself to get your yes, no, or maybe. You can sit with that.
I'm unsure about whether we should move and live a more simpler way. We live in a suburb area and your home values are good, but then your taxes are high. What fiscally makes sense would be to move somewhere where you could really enjoy life more than having to worry about mortgage bills. And so that's what I'm unsure about is, do we do this now? Do we wait? Do we, that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's like asking yourself quality of life versus continuing whatever you're in right now just to see it through and finish it.
Well, but you just got your answer, because no choice you make should be seeing something through or getting an answer. It's existing. And the sense that came to you, the question didn't come to you because you shouldn't. The question came to you as to how, because you just already expressed the gain. And so if you try to make those decisions from how you fill your heart, how you fill your family's heart, that would be the first part of what you just spoke about to me. That's what came to me by what you expressed. So how you do it is your next step. And it doesn't mean that you're going to. It just means today it feels right to. Tell me more, and just keep with the tell me more, and keep getting guided by the best decisions for you, for your family. It will be the right decision. No matter what, if you just keep remembering and trusting your heart and your guidance, that's all we can each and individually do for the rest of our lives, at least our human bodies. In these human bodies.
For sure. When I listen with my heart, I'm thinking quality of life just rings so loudly. And as a mother, as a wife, you want quality of life for your family. So.
But you have to keep remembering, I'm going to take you back. Quality of life for you first, because the stronger and the more you have to share with them. And so fill your heart first in each and every moment, each and every question. Okay, how can this feel to me? Okay, this feels good to me. Okay, so then that gives me more to give. And just again, continue that guidance.
Yeah, for sure. I will keep you posted. So your life is full of all sorts of turns and events that have happened to you. You've survived your motorcycle accident. You've lived through traumatic brain injury, which a lot of us are just very curious to hear more about. And then also a breast cancer diagnosis. And I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Tell us, take it away. Please tell us.
Yeah. And that was an interesting moment. Interesting is not the right word. When they first called me to tell me, like, I went through the process, mammogram, do the tests, but I remember the phone call and being told you have breast cancer. And I remember I started laughing. I'm not kidding. I laughed. I'm like, cancer, that ain't taking me. That's what I thought. And I thought it was not as serious as it was. And it taught me another huge lesson, that just because you've been broken doesn't mean something else can't happen. Like, I thought I had been so broken that no more could happen to me. And I had to learn that I had to be open to the idea that I'm breakable. And yes, they fixed me, but that doesn't make me unbreakable again. So me laughing, I remembered calling my daughter. She was still in college. And she's like, Mom, this isn't funny. I said, I know. I mean, yeah, well, they said to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, but, I remember feeling like it'll be fine. And then I had to go through and have 2 surgeries, and stage 1 turned into almost stage 3. And it was a lot of layers that basically they couldn't even see. Thankfully, they've removed it all for today. I know I'm safe today, being present today. And my hope is that I don't have to have repairs from cancer again. But I don't live in a way that something can't happen to me. And that allows me to like, open a door, know that it can, and be strong enough to sit there whether it does or not. And that is what that lesson taught me. It wasn't funny. It was serious. And my daughter also said, you have to stop concentrating on your brain recovery and your body recovery, and you have to stay focused on cancer. That's the thing that bothered me the most, because I wanted to keep building my brain back. I wanted to do the surgeries to fix things. And she's like, we're going to put all that aside. Just like anything in our life, this one thing is happening. We need to put things aside, and we need to focus on this one main thing and take care of that next. And that taught me that lesson as well. It's okay that I have more brokenness I want to fix, but right now I got to focus on the cancer. And that was a huge lesson, and it got to the point where it had to emotionally scare me. And it did. It was 2 surgeries, and, like being picked up every day to go to radiation and sit in like, it was a lot, and it was severe. And it was a lesson about staying present, and that I don't know. And it's okay to not know. That again I go back to today I'm perfect. Today I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you, and I'm had a good breakfast. Like that's a perfect day right now. And just like taking each moment and each step as a beautiful thing is what the breast cancer taught me as well. I got out of the how do I fix it all attitude to just be open, take it in. It'll happen. It's happened. Okay, what can we do today? Today's the only day I can worry about. That's the only thing I can do today. And that's, again, it's a hard thing to do. Even, especially as a parent, we want to carve certain paths and make certain roads that our children can travel down. And that's being a good parent, but also letting go and knowing I'm the best parent I can be today, even on a bad day. That's it. And we'll try it again tomorrow, and learning how to try it again tomorrow if things feel uncomfortable, And it does. It weaves in and out of easy and difficult,
There's so much beauty and strength in hearing you say that it's okay to be broken, and recognizing that through that brokenness you received much more, and that helps you to this day to help others. Did you receive something different during the motorcycle accident that dovetailed, or was maybe a different perspective?
Many, many layers of that. It's good to be vulnerable. It's good when you need something to ask for help. It also opened up this link to, again, my leading my life with my heart. And even when it has a broken day or a good day or bad day, like just be that, just be exactly who I am in each moment. I wasn't able to do that previous to my accident. I spent a lot of energy on fixing things and making things right. And I did that from my childhood on, really messy childhood. So if you get a chance to read my book, you get a little tidbits about my life. But the person that grew up and became this successful business owner, designer, blah, 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 came from a very broken childhood, a very broken life. I think I liked to hide that as much as I possibly could because I didn't want to look broken. And now I'm like, I am all broken. I've been broken since I was 6 months old, 7 years old. Like I have layers of brokenness, and I am proud of all of it because it's what sits here today. It's the strength, it's the intuitiveness and the kindness that sits here today is all that brokenness. And I'm proud of it. And I hope others can be proud of their brokenness because it really shows a lot. I think it shows strength. It shows whatever it's supposed to show through you. And so, who we are through our brokenness is really powerful. It doesn't make it wrong. It makes it growing and bigger and better in whatever way that we want to be. And again, that's for us, for what we want to be, what you want to be.
I was working on a little video about an experience I had. It just popped into my head while I was making some oatmeal about a lecture hall in college and just a really bad experience that I had there. But it taught me something, and that brokenness, I wanted to share it because it just, I don't know, something inside just wanted me to share that. So I was working on this little video edit of it and how, it had to deal with like mental health awareness and how, during college, for me, there wasn't a lot of research out there. So I didn't know a whole lot, but I knew how to speak up for myself. And so encountering a classmate that had no idea what was going on while I was experiencing something really difficult, they made this loud comment in front of like 100+ people. And I responded to them and I yelled at them, "What's wrong with me isn't what's wrong. You're what's wrong." And to that effect, it was just a sliver of brokenness that I just wanted to share because someone might identify with that and might find something in that.
And what did you learn from that moment when you rethought about it this morning? Like, what did you gain? Because I think we keep gaining from our experiences, even though our lives have continued, and it's not the old you. I mean, you're not the old you and you're the new you, but it came to you and it's reminding you in some way of something. And to make sure that you, again, with self-care, think about what growth you got from that. What part of you came from that moment that you're remembering?
I think resilience, it made me think about where I was and where where I am now.
Yes. Yes.
How now I feel more empowered to share those stories, because there's so many other ones, many twists and turns, just, like just other brokenness moments. It's wonderful that we can now share those things openly and commune with others and help other people through those stories.
I agree. And hopefully what we do is also teach people to open the door in their lives, to help others, to reach others, because again, it's you opening your door, me opening my door. It shows others to open their door and to connect with who they are and what they have to give, and then continue to give. I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah. So I appreciate it.
Sharing all of these stories, hopefully that will generate this Humanity 2.0 where we are more kind to one another and share with one another.
Absolutely. Bravo.
This book.
Yeah.
Where do people find this book?
Yeah, it's good to talk about that too, right? This is a big part of my present existence. I had a book published, Step Into Your Miracle, because I believe we're all miracles. And it basically is kind of the roadmap I went down to recreate myself. It's very honest, and it has a whole chapter of journals of moments of me rediscovering my brain and my body in all kinds of ways. But the biggest part of this is my daughter drew the cover. She's an artist as well as a badass, and she drew the cover of me. So yeah, so that's my book. And I have a website, stepintoyourmiracle.com. There's all kinds of links there, how you can get it. And it's a big part of my new life. And people to read through a little more of my story and to hopefully have guidance in things that they are going through. That's all the goal. If you need some guidance in a way to find yourself and to be a better you, buy my book, Step Into Your Miracle.
Just from what we've heard today, that's just like a tiny sliver of what's in that book, I'm sure. Thanks so much for sharing your experience with us. Are there any parting words that you'd like to share with humanity?
Oh, love and kindness comes to me, like love and kindness, be kind to yourself, and that gives more love and kindness out into the world, in our beautiful human existence, humanity, and there's so many different versions of that, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, Shannon Michelle, you are amazing. And again, thank you so much for being here and for being a miracle.
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, many words, but miracle comes to mind. Earlier, you mentioned a simple phrase and it stuck with me this whole time, but you said hug the world. We all love to just hug the world. For now, we'll share our stories and hug the world that way.
We can only do things from where we sit today, and try not to compare yourselves to others. Just be who you are, because you're great. You're perfect just the way you are. Like, I had to find myself interesting and perfect again. I think all of us are perfect and great. Like, we're in there.
Do you know who said that? Who's very famous for saying that?
Who?
Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers.
No.
Yeah. He said, I like you just the way you are.
Perfect. Thank you for reminding me that. Because in my brain reboot, I have to watch and see things again to remember them, but they're in me. So I probably watched that as a kid. I mean, I'm a little older than you.
Yeah. I like to call it seasoned. Okay.
Yeah, I'm seasoned.
Not older, slightly seasoned. I like that.
I am I know. Yes, I'm seasoned. I love me. I love my age. And I'm just happy to have a few more years.
Yeah. Well, we all love you. And so you asked me some questions today, but I want to share a question from our audience.
Okay.
I was talking to another podcast. So the podcast is at Franchise Addict Podcast. They do a movie podcast, but they had a question on humanity as it pertains to religion. Is religion necessarily for the health of civilization, or are there objective, natural, ethical laws? Or is all morality subjective and largely emotionally based? That's a big one.
That is a big one. I would say it was the third-ish, that we are, we're led again by our consciousness and our awareness in our bodies, but that is given through, I would just say, more channels than us humanly thinking through everything. I think we can feel, if we live from a place we feel our existence, and we can make our choices in a kind way to ourselves, and we make it a kind way to each other. And that, to me, is the basis of that question, is that's what comes to me. We can find, I guess the other part that just came to me, which I'll share too, is that each of us as individuals find guidance in different ways. And some people find guidance through spoken word in a religious way. They feel like they are connected to their community or their environment, or to all of it through a religious place. And some of us find it from other ways. So I don't think we should figure out how to find it, because it comes through in everything we do, every step we take, every word we make, every drink of water, everything is how we live. And we need to understand that our community is living the best life we can live. And whatever speaks to you and through you, let that be who you are. Don't try to sort it out. Just be present, just be thoughtful, just be kind and loving and giving, and also receiving, the thing I'm learning still, receiving the kindness, receiving the love, receiving the care, because it's not just what you give, it's also what you're allowing yourself to receive.
Very good answer. Thank you, Franchise Addicts Podcast, for that awesome question. You can find them on Instagram as well as YouTube. They have an amazing YouTube channel where they discuss film series, and they're hilarious. So thank you guys for that question. And Shannon Michelle, again, thank you.
I feel like I'm going to be a movie someday soon. So not soon, but just someday. I'm such a movie waiting to happen.
It's going to be the next Hallmark biopic movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be cool. Thanks so much for joining us today. And for everyone else, thank you guys for joining Humanity 2.0 podcast. We will see you next week with other humans on board. Don't forget to be kind to other humans and to yourself. And like Shannon Michelle said, be present. Thanks, Shannon.